In this video, we'll be looking at celebrity hair transplant disasters. Make sure to stay tuned. Hey guys, Leon here from HairGod.com, where people who are worried about their hair loss go to regrow their hair. If you are new here, do make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications. And if you're watching this video on celebrity hair transplants because you are personally worried about your own hair loss, then what you can do is click the link in the description to take the HairGuard hair loss quiz. You'll answer a few short and simple questions about yourself and your hair loss, then you'll receive free expert advice on how to regrow healthy hair. Now guys, in past videos we have looked at celebrities who have regrown their falling hair and restored their appearance with one or more hair transplants. Now I've put links to those videos in the description below, but today we will be looking at the other side of the coin. Celebrity hair transplant disasters. Guys, a hair transplant is a very complicated surgery and there are lots of things that the clinic need to get right for a good result. But two things in particular need attention because they can easily go wrong. And I mean very wrong. The first thing is the hairline. Now in almost all cases the hairline will have receded and the surgeon will need to recreate one from scratch. This is not an easy task. You have to place the hairline in the correct height on the forehead and get the shape right. And crucially, the contour of the hairline needs to have a natural look to it. Natural hairlines have an irregular zigzag appearance to them and they are not usually straight. They are also made up mostly of single hairs and not multiple hairs. This point needs some more explaining. Guys, in hair transplants you are transplanting individual follicular units from the back to the front and top of the head. Most follicular units do not contain just one single hair. Actually, less than 1 in 5 are single hair units. Now the majority of normal follicular units have 2 or 3 hairs. But crucially, your hairline is made up almost exclusively of singles, which is what gives it that characteristically soft appearance. It is only when you progress to the back of the head that you see doubles and triples dominate. If the clinic inadvertently transplants too many doubles into your hairline, it will look too clumpy, harsh and unnatural. The second thing that can ruin a transplant is poor hair regrowth or hair falling off very quickly after the transplant. There are a number of reasons why this can happen. Usually it will be down to poor preparation of the grafts prior to implantation. So guys, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Celebrity hair transplant disasters. Number 1 is Kyle Christie. The Geordie Shore star is no stranger to cosmetic surgery and openly admits to having spent tens of thousands of pounds on a variety of operations. These include a new jawline, a nose job, a hair transplant and even a beard transplant. Yep, you heard that right, a beard transplant. But it's the hair transplant that we will obviously be looking at today. Now Kyle never really had a serious problem to begin with. As you can see in the before and after picture, he had a mild recession at the temples, which was maybe a number 2 on the Norwood scale. The problem with his transplant is that the hairline and temples were reconstructed using multi-haired follicular units and not singles. This gives his hairline a very harsh and unnatural appearance. Also, the shape of the hairline is very unnatural. At the temples, it is almost a straight line with hardly any zigzagging. But at the frontal hairline, the zigzag pattern is very regular and predictable. Nothing like what a natural hairline should look like. Now guys, I don't mean to sound harsh, but when I look at this, what comes to my mind is barbed wire and steel wool. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Now number 2 is Cesc Fàbregas. While the former Arsenal player sported a fantastic head of hair during his early years with the Gunners, after his move to Spanish giants Barcelona in 2011, his head started to take a turn for the worse. By the end of his stint at Barca in 2014, his hairline had visibly receded. But 1 year after his return to the Premier League with Chelsea, his old hairline had been restored in dramatic fashion. Now guys, the problem with Cesc's transplant was twofold. Like Kyle Christie, his hairline was recreated with the majority of doubles. This gave it a very jagged, barbed and unnatural appearance as you can see in the photos. Secondly, many of the transplanted hairs fell off over the next few years. As you can see from his latest pictures in an FC Monaco shirt, his temples have receded massively again. Cesc could probably have obtained more permanent results if he had supported his transplanted hairs with natural means like supplementation and scalp stimulation. Number 3 is Saeed Sajid Hassan. Now guys, if you are watching this from an English speaking part of the world, the name may not ring a bell. But Syed Sajid Hasan is a very famous actor and screenwriter from Pakistan. Last year, the veteran actor took to YouTube to publicise his hair transplant disaster. His goal was to help raise awareness of the dangers of these procedures, especially when performed by incompetent surgeons. The veteran actor had his transplant carried out at the behest of a surgeon friend. At the outset, he was alarmed by the lack of tests that preceded the operation, but went ahead with it anyway. The day after the surgery, the top of his head became infected, developing a massive gaping wound. Mr. Hasan also became very ill to the point of losing his consciousness. It would be 15 days before he felt better. Unfortunately for Mr. Hasan, the wound on his head did not recover. Guys, these images are horrific, and especially if you are considering getting a transplant in a developing country like India or Turkey, please make sure to do your homework when selecting a clinic. You do not want to end up with something like this. We do wish Mr. Hasan all the best. So guys, that's all I have for you today. Now, don't forget, if you're worried about your hair loss and you don't want to end up like one of the celebrities in today's video, then please click the link in the description below so then you can receive your free HairGuard hair loss quiz. This will allow you to get a thorough hair evaluation and receive free expert advice on how to naturally regrow it. Now guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.